Welcome back to the Deep Thought Podcast, where we help you navigate all this crazy information overload.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot out there.
True, true. But today, we're going to tackle something really big,
Yeah.
something that could really shake things up. We're talking about AI and its impact on the job market.
And not just like robots replacing factory workers. This is different.
Right, exactly. We're going deeper, talking about AI potentially becoming as good as experts, like in fields we always thought were only for humans.
For sure. And we're basing this on some insights from Liam Ottley.
Who's that?
He's an entrepreneur who's made millions using AI for his business.
Wow, okay. So he must know what he's talking about.
He does. He really does. And he has this idea about the AI generalist.
AI generalist, what's that?
It basically means like someone who uses AI to get good at a bunch of different skills fast.
It's like a jack of all trades.
Kind of, but more like a master of many, at least to 80% proficiency.
So instead of spending years becoming the best at one thing, you could be pretty good at a lot of things.
Yeah, exactly. And this actually ties into what Sam Altman, from OpenAI,
Yeah.
he said there's going to be a rise of one-person billion-dollar companies, and AI is going to make that happen.
Wow, one-person billion-dollar companies, that's wild.
Right. It's not about replacing humans. It's about humans using AI to do way more.
Okay, I'm starting to get it. But how do we actually become these AI generalists? Like, do we have to take tons of online courses?
Well, Otley lays out what he calls the 4 powers of an AI generalist.
Okay, lay 'em on me.
The first one is the power to build.
Build what? Like houses?
Haha, no. Think software, apps, websites, things like that. Software is like the foundation of everything these days.
But you need to know how to code, right?
Not necessarily. There are AI tools now that can help you build software even if you don't know any code.
Seriously, no coding at all.
Yeah, Otley talks about someone who built an AI voice agent that, get this, calculates ROI in just 5 minutes.
No way. That's crazy.
It is, right? And that's just the first power. The second one is the power to automate.
Automate, meaning?
Well, like getting rid of all those boring, repetitive tasks you have to do.
Oh man, don't get me started on those.
Right. Well, with AI, you can create what's called an AI agent to do those things for you.
Like a robot assistant.
Kind of, but they live in the computer. They can do things like sort through emails, schedule appointments, all sorts of stuff.
Wow, so I could basically have a digital workforce doing all the stuff I hate.
Pretty much. And there are platforms like OpenAI's GPTs and Relevance AI that make creating these agents super easy, even without knowing a lot of coding.
So I could just tell my AI agent, hey, take care of this for me, and it'll just do it.
Yeah, basically. There are also tools like Zapier and Make.com that can automate even more complex workflows, connecting different apps and services together.
Okay, that's seriously impressive. So we've got build and automate. What's the third power?
The third one is the power to create.
Create what?
Content, like videos, images, music, all that stuff.
Yeah, but that takes like real skill. Like you need to be a graphic designer or a musician, right?
Not anymore, not really. There are so many AI tools now that can create professional quality content.
You're kidding, right? Like AI can make YouTube videos now.
Pretty much. There's Runway AI, it can make really cool videos, and Jukebox, it can compose music, even like in the style of famous composers.
Whoa, hold on. So you're saying like anyone can be a content creator now?
Yeah, that's the point. You don't need to be a pro to create amazing stuff.
That's kind of mind-blowing.
It is. And it's not just like replacing jobs. It's about giving people tools to express themselves in new ways.
I guess so. What about writing? Can AI help with that?
Oh, for sure. There are tools like Claude by Anthropic that can help you write better, more clearly, and even help you structure your ideas.
So like if I'm writing an email or a blog post, AI can make it sound better.
Exactly. And, Otley actually says a lot of his success online comes from using AI to improve his writing.
Wow, that's actually really smart.
Right. Like in a world where everyone's creating content, you got to make yours stand out.
Makes sense. So build, automate, create. What's the last power?
The power to connect.
Connect. As in like social media.
Kind of, but more broadly, it's about building a personal brand and engaging with an audience.
I guess that's important for everyone, not just influencers, right?
Totally. Whether you're an entrepreneur, an artist, whatever, you need to be able to connect with people.
And AI can help with that.
Definitely. AI can help you tailor your message, figure out how to communicate with your audience better.
So it's not just about creating content, it's about making sure the right people see it.
Exactly. And, Otley talks about how he used AI to build a huge following online, which obviously helped him make more money.
Okay, so the 4 powers are build, automate, create, connect. Sounds pretty powerful, but isn't this all going to take a long time to learn?
Well, it does take time, but Ottley has this whole guide on how to become an AI generalist. He shares it in his online community.
So he's basically giving away all his secrets.
Pretty much. He really believes in this stuff, and he wants to help others succeed.
That's pretty cool of him. So what's the key takeaway here? Like, why should we care about all this?
Because AI is changing everything, whether we like it or not. The jobs of the future, the skills that matter, it's all going to be different.
So we either adapt or get left behind, kind of like Ottley's dinosaur analogy?
Exactly. The world's changing fast, and those who can learn and adapt are going to be the ones who thrive.
And it sounds like AI can be a powerful tool for that adaptation, right?
Oh, absolutely. It's not about being replaced by robots. It's about using AI to level up your skills and achieve your goals.
I like that, leveling up.
Yeah.
So if someone's listening and thinking, okay, this sounds cool, where do I start? What would you tell them?
I'd say just start exploring. There are so many free AI tools out there. Just pick one and play around with it.
And don't be afraid to, like, mess up, right?
The more you experiment, the more you learn.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
So start small, experiment, and maybe check out Otley's community for some guidance.
Exactly. It's all about taking that first step.
All right, so we've covered the 4 powers, but I'm curious, what about the people who are scared of AI? Like the ones who think it's going to take over the world?
It's a valid concern, right? AI is powerful stuff, but it's a tool. And like any tool, it can be used for good or bad.
So it's really up to us how we use it.
Exactly. And that's why it's important to talk about these things, to have these conversations about the ethics of AI, the potential risks, and how we can make sure it's used responsibly.
Right, right. Because it's not going away, is it? AI is here to stay.
Definitely not. It's only going to get more powerful and more integrated into our lives. So the more we understand it, the better prepared we'll be.
I agree. And, even if some people are afraid of AI, I think there's also a lot of excitement about it, right? The possibilities are pretty incredible.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. We're talking about potentially solving some of the world's biggest problems, from climate change to disease.
And on a more individual goal, like we've been talking about, AI can help people learn new skills, be more creative, and achieve their goals.
Exactly. It's about empowering individuals, not replacing them.
So for our listeners who are feeling inspired, ready to dive into this world of AI and become AI generalists, what would be your final piece of advice?
I'd say just get started. Don't overthink it. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Just pick a tool, a skill you want to learn, and start exploring.
So that first step, that's the most important one.
It is. It really is. And remember, you don't have to do it alone. There's a whole community of people out there, like Otley's community, who are eager to help and share their knowledge.
Okay, so find a community, get support, and just dive in. Sounds good to me. Well, I think we've covered a lot today.
We have. It's been a great, deep thought.
Yeah, really insightful. And I think it's given our listeners a lot to think about, a lot to maybe even get excited about.
Hopefully so. It's a fascinating time to be alive, that's for sure.
It really is. So to wrap things up, if you're interested in learning more about becoming an AI generalist, be sure to check out the show notes.
We'll have links to all the resources we mentioned, plus a link to Liam Ottley's online community.
And of course, if you enjoyed this episode, please like and subscribe to the Deep Thought Podcast.
And be sure to check out our other podcast where we delve into even more fascinating topics.
Thanks for listening, everyone, and we'll catch you on the next Deep Thought.